with the mind, but contemplate with the inner, with the heart. So, they say, Urafa, the words that are manifested in two formats. One is the entire creation. Entire creation is the ayat of Allah. These are the words of Allah, the signs of Allah. If you remember Bushra Hafi, last week we talked about him, in the time of Imam Hussain Kazim alayhi salam. Allahumma Then Bushra Hafi, that notorious person, at one time, when he was given this advice by Imam Hussain Kazim, he changed overnight to become one of the greatest Urafa or Arif of the time. To the extent that because he ran out of his house without shoes, to Imam, asked Imam for forgiveness, Bushra Hafi never wore footwear again in his life. Never. Because of that shame. Someone asked him, and this is where we're looking at the entire universe, these are the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bushra Hafi was asked that, why don't you wear footwear? Why do you roam bare feet? He says that this entire creation of Allah is His tablecloth. How can I step on the tablecloth of God with footwear? Yes? Okay, we are not sinners because we wear shoes, but that's the level that Bushra Hafi had got himself into. That proximity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whereby everything that he would see the ayah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in it. The word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So out of respect, he won't even walk on the ground with shoes on. He would remove his shoes. And the second format is the Holy Quran that we have. Meaning, tafakkur, contemplation, can be done in two ways. One is looking at the entire creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and contemplate on those things. One. The second is the Holy Quran. The contemplation is done also in the Holy Quran. Now the virtues of tafakkur. What are the virtues of tafakkur? The Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, أفضل العبادة إدمان التفكر في الله وفي قدرته. The best form of worship, the best form, the Prophet is telling us, is to contemplate about God and His power. This is the best form of contemplation. Then we have various hadiths that says 1 hour of contemplation equals to 1 year of worship. Doesn't stop there. 1 hour of contemplation equals 60 years worship. 1 hour of contemplation better than 70 years worship. 1 hour of contemplation, 1,000 years of worship. So now we wonder that is there a problem with this hadith? Why different hadiths have got different time frames? That one hadith says that 1 hour of contemplation equals to one night or 1 year, of worship, and the other one says 1 hour of contemplation, 1,000 years. So why have different imams have given us different prescriptions? Is there anything wrong? There's nothing wrong in the hadith. The hadith is correct. This is based on the quality of contemplation. On the quality of contemplation. So my quality could be so weak that because of my limited knowledge, right? Because I don't read, okay, I don't have reading culture, I don't read religious books, I don't read the Quran the way it's supposed to be. So I have limited myself in as far as knowing Allah is concerned. Myself, nobody to blame here. I'm too busy. Yes. So I'm limited. So I'm going to contemplate based on the little that I know. So what I will get is 1 year of worship. Maybe there's someone who is gone deep into it, right? And he goes into deep contemplation, he's going to enjoy better benefit out of this. So actually, there is no contradiction as far as the hadith is concerned. The ball is on my court where I want to fall in. Now the Urafa are explaining the level of contemplation. The first one they say, which is the lowest level, but very, very important. Okay? It says, take a few moments, day or night, okay, of your life, get into seclusion. You need time for yourself, Baba. We always spend time for others. Let's spend time for ourselves. What I say in this regard, be selfish. In other things, selfish is not good. But in this regard, to be selfish is good. It's a virtue. Spend time to yourself. It says, think about the afaq, in the universe. Okay? And think about the anfus, yourself. Go within yourself. Look at your build-up. Look at the build-up of the universe as well. This is contemplation. There is this ayah of the Holy Quran. Inna fi khalqi samawati wal ard wa ikhtilafi al-layli wal nahar la ayatin li ulil albab. This one we said is Surah Ali Imran, ayah number 190 and 191. Highly recommended that when a person gets up for tahajjud, he goes out into the open sky. He looks at the sky in the morning, early morning, to see all the stars and all this. Imam Khomeini used to do this, and many, Ayatollah Mirza Jawad Maliki also is known to have done this, and he's known to have done this by when crying doing this, reciting this ayah and crying before tahajjud. What does this ayah say? Inna fi khalqi samawati wal ardi wa ikhtilafi al-layli wal nahar. Unfortunately, I have not written the actual translation, but inna fi, verily, in the creation of the samawat wal ard and the earth, waqtila fil layli wal nahar, and the changeover of the day and the night, la ayatin li ulil albab. There are signs for people who understand. Albab is lub. Lub is kernel of the kernel. When you have the walnut, and right inside the walnut, the essence of the walnut is the lub, the kernel itself. So this is what Quran mentions as ulil albab, the people who contemplate, who think, who go deep in the essence of thinking. So there are signs for who? Not for everyone, only for those who contemplate, not for everyone. وَالنَّهَارِ لَآيَاتٍ لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ الَّذِينَ هُوَ these people. Allah is defining. You don't know who these people are? Okay, here they are. الَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ قِيَامًا وَقُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ. These are people that in the state of their sleep, in the state of their ruku, in every state, they are remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In all states. قياما وقعودا على جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض, and they are being tafakkur on the creation of the samawat and the earth. At all times they are doing contemplation. They are not heedless. And then these people, after contemplating on this thing, what do they say? They say, Rabbana, O our Lord, Ma khalaqta hadha batila. You have not created this in vain. Maybe you are reminding yourself that even your creation is not a creation in vain. There is a purpose. You are reminding yourself, oh my God, all these stars that I see, this is not created in vain. Oh Allah, there is a purpose. Subhanaka faqina adhab an-nar. It says, Rabbana ma khalaqta hadha batila. Subhanaka faqina adhab an-nar. Glory be to you, Allah, and save me from the fire of hell. Warafah would offer these two verses, they would recite this, contemplate on it, cry. And then they go on their musalla, and now they are in seclusion, on a one-to-one with their Lord. See, it's a build-up. It's a build-up. So, you got to meditate. This is the prescription. How do you contemplate? Is where did I come from? Where am I heading for? These are a few questions. We can't tell or make it for everyone. Everyone has to do it on their own. Someone asked an Arif, a great Arif. So what motivated you to Irfan? Why did you decide to take this path of Irfan? And simple answer. He says, the fact that I am mortal, the fact that I know that I shall die, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to question me for the life that I have spent. This is the only reason that I have taken the path of Irfan. Get to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His closeness. Now, any questions here? Tafakkur? We okay? Yes? We're going to the 5th station now. I'm not taking everything off the front, I'm just giving you bits and pieces. Because we are doing 2 sessions in a day. I remember these sessions we used to do 3 sessions just to do the fatwa. In 3 sessions just to do the tadabbur. I'm doing in 1 session 2 stations. Yeah? So, at-tadakkur now. Dhikr. Dhikr. What is dhikr? Dhikr is verbalization, talking. No, that's not dhikr. Dhikr literally means remembrance. You remember. What's the opposite of to remember? To forget. Can I be in a state of remembrance and in a state of forgetfulness at the same time ever? Never. So if I'm not in a state of remembrance, I'm in a state of, I need to admit that. That I won't feel good about it. Remember this. These two don't go together. If I'm not in the state of remembrance of Allah, at that moment I am in the state of forgetfulness. And it is in the state of this forgetfulness is where I commit all the sin. Simple. All my sin are committed in the state of ghafla, heedlessness. In the state of consciousness, I'm alert. So, Khaja Abdullah Ansari says beautifully that he says that at-tadakkur, yani remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stands above tafakkur. Stands above contemplation. It is on a higher level than contemplation. Why? Beautifully explained. He says, for verily, tafakkur, contemplation, is the search for the beloved. You are in the process of searching him by contemplating about him, correct? Yes? Tadakkur is you have found your beloved. The search is over. You have found him. High level. Tadakkur is not subhanallah, 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 subhanallah. Yes, that is the first level. It is called dhikr lisani. The first level of remembrance of Allah. Dhikr lisani. But look at what he says. Tafakkur is the search of the beloved, and tadakkur is the attainment of the beloved. I've already reached my goal. So,